Good morning, everybody. Paul here from Warden's Farm. It is the 14th of August. It's a little after 10:30 in the morning, and it's probably about 72, 73 degrees. It's really nice. The humidity's down, and in eastern North Carolina, anytime you can get less humidity is a good thing. We're getting ready to get into the beehives. We're going to check them out. We're going to be putting in some beetle traps, which some of you may know what these are. They're called the beetle barn. The beetles go in these little holes here. The bees chase them into it, and there's a little something inside here, so that if they eat it, it'll knock them out. You also may know this type of beetle trap, which it's got the 3 chambers inside. You put apple cider vinegar here, and you put some oil in here, so when the beetles go in, they hit the oil and it gets rid of them. So we're getting ready to go get in the hives, check the bees, make sure everything's good to go, and hopefully everything looks great. So let's go get into the bees. Everybody, we're going to walk you down into the bee yard. Haven't done this for a little while. Of course, I got the electric fence up. We have hive number 1 and hive number 2. Hive number 3 that was there is actually down there now. I'm slowly moving it back up here into where the 3 position was. 4 ended up getting moved to here, and then hive 5. This one here will leave for a swarm for next year. Then we have here one of the nukes that I made from the extra queen cells, and you can see the bees are trying to get into the feed that I got for them there. And then we have another nuke that's here. Hive number 6 is here now, and I got to do some repair because I just noticed on the cover that it's falling apart. So I'll take that cover off and I'll probably fix that today. And then coming around, we have hive number 7, which we're going to get into. We're going to feed it, hive beetle traps, all the stuff that we need to do. When you swing around here, this is where the coal farms hives were. But I'm leaving the blocks there for next year so that when the swarms begin, I can just put new equipment there, and I'll have places for the swarms. Because this last season, I think my total count was 27 swarms that I ended up catching, which was a record, and we'll see if this coming year is going to be just like that. We're getting ready to get in hive number 7, and one of the things you may notice, I have a remote control on my wrist. That makes it easier for turning the GoPro on and off. Instead of taking my sticky gloves and getting them all over the camera, I now got the button that I just push, and it turns it on and off. And on the front entrance, just so you can see, I have a entrance protector against hive beetles. We're going to open up, loosen up the top cover. Quite a bit of bees in here. That's good to see. There are a lot of dead hive beetles that they trapped up on these traps, and they got them sealed completely shut. A few dead bees on it from when I put the lids on, so we'll see what that's like. We're just going to check their stores here in the top. I just want to see what they're looking like. See if the queen is still laying up top. They got some stores here. Oh yeah, they still got some stores. Still got a few drones in here. I don't see any hive beetles. Let me get my handy dandy frame holder. This way the bees, for the most part, feel pretty comfortable still. put grass clippings in my smoker, and they don't seem to burn so good like everything else. Yeah, you can definitely see the sugar water that they put in here. It's all sugar water and capped honey, which is good. Wow, this is a full frame here. I want to show this to you on one side. You can see that is all capped honey, sugar water. I'd say it's honey because it's dark. Sugar water is very light. And that's good to see, because that tells me that they got stores for the winter. Now let's get these back in here. And then we'll light the smoker and smoke them down, because they're moving around pretty fast, pretty quick, so they're a little excited. But that's okay, because smoke will fix that problem. Now we're down into the bottom box, and we will see how they're doing. See how the queen's laying. As soon as we find some eggs, we'll close it up. I don't see any hive beetles, which is such a good thing. Now there's a queen cell with none and nothing in it, and this is all pollen. Let's see if I can come around and have you look at it. Hopefully you can see it's packed with pollen on both sides. There's some bees with pollen on their legs. I don't know where it went, but it was there. So we will set this one onto the frame holder. And we will continue our search for eggs for the queen. Even if I see the queen, I want to see eggs, make sure she's doing her job. This is another frame of pollen on both sides. So they got a lot of bee bread pollen in the hive so far. Let's take that one out so we can clean off some of that propolis that they have. Alright, there's some brood, capped brood. And we have, oh, look at that. We have larvae. You can see right there, there's larvae. Woo, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let's come back this way. This way, hopefully you can see the larvae. You can see the capped brood. There's another queen cup, but there's nothing in it. And all I do is I take those queen cups out, because we have eggs, we have larvae, we have a lot of eggs on this side. This side you can really see the larva pattern. She's laid a lot here and they're growing. And see if I can hold this to show you all the way. You can see the larva from top to bottom, left to right, amongst the food. And the queen is really doing her job well. Okay, here's another frame to show a really good brood pattern. And on the outside, there's sugar water. And another really good pattern where they're covering up some of the brood. So things are looking good. So I'm not going to go too much more because there's eggs. She's got a good pattern going. And I'm just going to close this hive up because they're doing well. The queen is doing good. Before I close up this hive, I want to go ahead and put some sugar water in. Since I got a lot of stores, I'm only going to put a half a gallon in and let them go ahead and put that away. They only have a few frames left that they can put more stores in. Get in there. There we go. And that way, there's plenty of room for them. Plenty of room for the queen to continue laying eggs. I'm just getting the spacing right. And there, we're good to go.